Hey everyone, welcome back again to my channel. This is Liz with a topic that's very popular to reflect on, and I know it would be great to discuss how to pray and get results. Well, we'll dive right into it. This week, that's been one of my main focuses, and prayer is very important in Christian living. Prayer and getting results. I know that when I was young, I personally had a struggle with that and getting a routine on the importance of prayer. But if we want to see results in our life and we want God to continue flourishing and just see the blessings that you have with Him in our walk with Him, it's just so important to have a strong prayer life. There's a couple things that I've learned with experience that I think would help anyone that wants to have not only a stronger prayer life, but to actually see results from it. It's all in the eye of the beholder too. One of the most important things that I've learned in my prayer journey and my life with the Lord is having patience in my prayer life. That's something that's super important, being patient with God and His timing, because it's always in His timing, not ours. And in society today, especially more now than ever, it's just more about instant gratification. You pray and you want results right away, and it's just kind of like anything else that we ask for in the world or we go and seek. And sometimes you're just used to getting what you want right away. And maybe that's not the exact plan for God in that particular area in our walk with Him and in our life. So having patience and just resting and having faith that in God's timing it'll come is very important. Another thing that I've noticed, in my prayer life and just going through life in general is when we pray, we want to have a humble and a charitable heart when we're praying to God for what we need in our life, because we have to have that humility with us to be able to always see a need, whether it's our own or maybe people that are around us. And oftentimes, we should put others before ourselves. So having that charitable heart in our prayer life, God knows how to bless everyone according to His will and not our own. And I know that's something, hard to hear, but there's sometimes needs in other places. So asking God in our prayer, to not only be generous to us and what we're asking for, but being helpful to others, is important. So I believe that adding that into our prayer life is important, not only having the patience, but having that charitable heart when we're talking to God, putting the needs of others before our own. Something else that I've come, to really reflect on and put into a lot of work, it's one of the toughest ones, is being obedient to His commandments. I mean, that's that constant pruning in our everyday life, where we could do something just slightly a little bit better, to please God, because we all strive to have excellence for Him. So, in our prayer life, we want to just be obedient to His word, and we will definitely see results, because God always answers back to us. It's just about in His timing and in His own way, and sometimes it's not how we see it. And that's why we need to have that relationship with Him. And as we grow closer, we see all the blessings, whether they're small or big. We see how blessed we are, and that's super important, being obedient to His commandments and just being faithful to Him. We want to pray with a fervent heart, and we want to just be more effective and when we pray, we want to be specific in our requests. When we read the Bible, there's so many verses and so many scriptures, that relate to prayer. It's just hard to pinpoint one. I know some of the books in the Bible that talk upon the topic is Ecclesiastes, Matthew, Jeremiah, Colossians. Those are just to name a few books in the Bible that, specifically talk about prayer and, how God, has been so faithful, compassionate, has shown mercy towards the needy or the suffering. And just knowing that, God has that love for us and for everyone. And for me, that has made me grow stronger in my prayer life, because my relationship with Him personally has grown. So my desire is not about getting what I specifically need at that moment, but more about being faithful to Him and just having that quiet time to just talk to Him and have a relationship with Him, knowing that my heart isn't just in what I need, but in what others may need. Maybe there's something that, that comes to my heart during that time and that talk with God that's pressed upon, that I could bless someone else, an idea. So that's something to consider when you're praying. Another thing is to be more Christ-like, and that's something that happens with experience and time and relationship with the Lord, that your desire to not only fulfill your needs and the ones around you, but you want to also reflect, what would Jesus do kind of in everyday life. And, those are some of the things that I've been reflecting on this week as I, every day as I work and as I do my studies and as I'm dealing with family and relationships. Definitely knowing that being more Christ-like, it gives that progression in my walk with the Lord and my specific growth with Him. It's just feeling loved. It's the best thing. It's given me more of a grounded feeling, knowing that I'm loved by God and that He's there for me, and that has made my prayer life stronger. I just think all these, things that I have put together over the course of, years of praying. I remember when I would just pray and be so frustrated because I would not see results. And now over time, I've seen the blessings, whether they're small or big. They might have not been exactly how I asked for it, but they've come sooner or later, and they've come in different ways or the way that I asked. God always will favor and love everyone who has a genuine heart to seek Him and love Him and love others. So I do believe that the results will be shown and seen. Having faith is so important. Praying with that expectation and being persistent and faithful and specific in what your goal is, what your result is important. And that all takes time and dedication and love. And I believe that, He's always there by everyone's side, including my own. And I believe that in time, those results will be answered. I've seen it in my life and everyone around me. So just something that I wanted to talk about today is kind of my meditation week and my reflection week. So I just wanted to share it. Well, until the next one,